Hey y'all, so we are officially 24 hours into me announcing that I'm trying to pay for 100 Black people to get their passports. I'm really nervous. I'm also excited. This is B-roll because I don't know, some may not. There's oftentimes where you feel called to do something speaks to you, something sits on your heart, something's always on your mind. And for the past couple of months, I wanted to do this. I just didn't know how, or even if I had the means. I didn't even come up with the concept of doing this for 100 people until I made the video and posted it on social media. So I guess, the message for everybody in this whole thing is that, number one, believe in yourself. I don't know how this is going to get done, but I'm not really focused on the how. I know the why is much more important and much more purposeful. And so I feel like the how is going to make itself appear. The monetary piece, the support. There's already have been a groundswell of people that say they have wanted to support, which made me make a campaign so that people can donate to this cause. But we're going to get it. We're going to figure it out. And I'm going to try my best to document as much of the journey as possible. So stay tuned. I have to record the B-roll. Right. B-roll. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Like right now, I want to make sure that conversations that we have, like all the little candid experiences, people have to know, like what's going on behind the scenes.
Where's the B-roll start?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you shooting exactly? That's the B-roll.
So it's pretty much these moments that, like, you and I are brainstorming, me updating you. That's why I was about to update you on how many people submitted.
Okay, so wait. Are you recording me?
I'm recording me.
But can you hear me though?
Yes, you can hear you.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes, the people can hear you. Say hello to the people, babe.
I am being recorded.
No, you're being recorded. Now I just pressed. Did you hear me when I pressed the record button? Okay. Y'all don't want to see what's happening. So, right now, we are at, can we get a drum roll, please? In terms of responses, 2,263 people have submitted to get their passport paid for. That's a lot of people, babe. That's a lot of people.
I'm expecting more.
I'm expecting more. I hope that there's way more, and I hope that we can actually get all them people passports, or at least pay for it. I'm an overachiever. Over and out. Okay, so it's very late at night, but we're on a mission to get people passports. So that means thinking beyond the basics of what it is that we're doing. So, okay, so I started thinking about, like, I'm talking to you, babe, the brands to partner with and, like, ways in which to, like, pitch them. So I'm thinking airlines. I'm thinking, so, like, VRBO is a subsidiary of Expedia, and Expedia has like a Black travel sector or something or other.
Okay.
Delta is obviously known for being a inclusive airline because it's in Atlanta. And then so just some other brands like that. But then when I like started searching and kind of like digging more, it even brought up like partnering with like FedEx or like other entities that do the passport like appointments.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So it's like they could either provide like the free photo services so that people don't have to pay for it. And somehow make like some educational content around that. Like you can go to FedEx to get your passport services done or something like that. So I thought that was cool because I didn't think about that. And then one of the other things that I thought about was since we're doing this Q1, obviously everybody's got new budgets. That's important. But also, February is Black History Month. So marketing wise, it's like everybody want to do black shit just because it's Black History Month. Okay, we just gonna milk that.
Right. I understand the time, how that could be beneficial, depending on how it's rolled out. I only pause for a moment because it's a random drawing, or maybe look at it from the perspective of a black woman-owned business. Is that what we're thinking?
What you mean?
Black-owned. Well, you're saying like people want to do black shit.
Yeah, because we're getting passports for black folks. Like we're paying for black passports for black people.
How do you determine is that part of the questionnaire?
That's a part of like this whole thing is that like we're doing this for black people.
I'm just asking if it's a part of the questionnaire.
It's not a part of the questionnaire, but it's a part of everything that I've been saying as far as the content. So if somebody who is not black submits, then it's gonna be like, this was not for y'all. Like the whole point, the whole concept is that I'm making sure that black people have access to be able to travel the world.
No, I don't. What I wonder really now is any potential legalities or issues that you could run into because it's specifically for black people.
I mean, I'm not saying this isn't a business. This is me, regular schmegular person, saying, hey, I want to sponsor folks to my folks. You know what I mean? It's not like, what's it called? Oh God, what's the venture capital company? The venture capital company that was specifically for black women, and they had to go to court, and the court was like, oh, that's discrimination or whatever the case may be. That's because they were an entity, and their entity and their business model and all this other kind of stuff. I'm a regular schmegular person. I can make a decision on what I want to do and who I want to do with whatever. And if I decide to partner with a brand and the brand is like, oh, well, we don't like that idea, okay, then that's not the brand for me. Then that's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the point is like to partner with brands that I know that will be like, oh yeah, because we're Delta, because we're in Atlanta, because we're a hub in a black ass city, we actually like to support 3 people that you get passports to take their first international flight or something like that.
Right.
So in that, I was like, is trying to identify like when's the time to pitch brands. From what it is that I'm looking at, it's like I already have like a really high engagement because thus far we have 2,500 people who submitted to get their passports paid for. So ultimately, it's like I can show that the interest and the demand is there.
Yeah, I think so far you have proven that you can acquire like a database of people who are looking to obtain a passport, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in proving your concept fully, I think you have to get you a winner, submit the application, show some documentation, even showing them, completing their first, or taking their photos and, going to their appointment and like showing that complete process. I think that's when it's like, okay, look, yeah, it's working.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because if you show now, I think you have shown that you can generate a list of people, but can we get them through that finish line?
Well, I think too, it's like, you know what I mean? That's the whole point of like the initial pitch is that like, hey brand, you get the opportunity to take this ride with us and see it all the way through. Maybe even potentially you can help to fund, some of the passports, or maybe you can be a part of sponsoring the experience. So for example, if you're FedEx and you decide we don't necessarily feel comfortable with sponsoring the passports, but we're going to pay you and whatever it is that however much we pay you or whatever, just mention that FedEx is the place to go to get your passport photos or whatever the case may be. So every single person that now we're able to fund as a result of a partnership with FedEx, they now, on top of getting their passport paid for, they also get their free photos, right? So I think for every one, there's stages, because obviously like a brand like Delta, which is specifically for the flights, we're looking at like 2 months down, like 3 months down the road potentially, because it takes 6 to 8 weeks from the time the person goes to their passport appointment anyway, for them to actually get their passport back. So we're trying to play the long game with it, I think, ultimately.
Well, I thought the question was when should you approach them?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that like I would like to strike in Q1, be able to show, hey, look, this is what I'm building, and you can be a part of the building to see this thing through, to see this project through. You see what I'm saying? Because by January 1, we'd already had 3 people off top that we've chosen to pay for passports.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if we're doing week to week, by the end of the month, at the very least, we have 10 people that we've already picked their name, contacted, identified that these are the people that we're going to pay for their passports. You see what I'm saying? So, and then, so one of the things that I was looking at was saying that brands are they're getting set for their Q1 campaigns. And this aligns with the New Year's theme of empowerment, resolutions, travel planning, and going with that kind of like marketing ideology.